So my story was about the Danby Volunteer Fire Company and the pancake breakfast that they hold on a monthly basis for fundraising and also for some community building. And they have been raising money for almost an entire year now towards updating their equipment on the truck, specifically like their Jaws of Life, which is a machine that's powered by hydraulics. And so they have to hook up the tool to the truck and then bring it to the car, and then the Jaws of Life will, rip the car open. And so they've had those tools for quite a while now, so they want to update them, get an electric set so that they can bring it further from the truck. Doesn't need to be hooked up to a machine anymore. And so I decided to cover that story because recently there's been some reports coming up about local fire companies and emergency response teams that are having longer and longer response times, which isn't helpful if you are in an emergency and need emergency services. So I wanted to kind of take that story about the fundraising and look into what support does the volunteer fire company need. I think it was really interesting to realize how long the fire company has been fundraising for the Jaws of Life for, because they are just regularly having the occasional fundraiser just to, have some extra funds with them. But to have this specific goal of fundraising for an entire year is really shocking almost, because not only does it show like these events that they're holding are successful in raising the funds, but it shows that these tools are really expensive, and it also shows that maybe they're not necessarily able to receive support from the county to get these new tools, because that's just not really in the county's budget. So it kind of goes into like a deeper story to figure out what's going on, that these tools haven't been updated yet. So kind of shifting towards more of finding out like more on a county scale what's going on with emergency response services was really interesting. I got to do a lot of research on recent statistics and what representatives are trying to do in legislation to get more support, not only for these services, but then in turn also for the community.